On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. He'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Pacheco once again. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Mahomes quickly complete out wide. There he goes, right side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25. To throw, it's Mahomes. That'll be caught. It's Tony. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A very solid gain of 27. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are on the board first here this afternoon. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You talk about this Chiefs defense.
They were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
That's caught by Gabriel Davis.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Matt Araiza now on to punt this one away.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Now Mahomes going to shift him around. Again, it's Pacheco.
They find some open field here.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, say, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And it's straight. It's Pacheco.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Chiefs are off to a 13-0 first-quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll make the score 14-0. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Let's make a play, boys! Big play here, big play! Let's make some.
3rd down and 13.
Let's make a play here! Trap 60, trap 60!
They're going to look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Banks. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just now supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 33 yards that time.
33 yards on the play. First down, Kansas City.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That went into the hands of Tony downfield. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Kadarius Toney. He has career touchdown number 78, tying him with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Chiefs take a 3-touchdown lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Stay in the offense. Win it.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here,
That's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Okay, ready?
A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22.
Ready?
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Brings up 3rd down.
And now an audible here into something else.
The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
At the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
114 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game,
taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Chiefs are able to add on to their first-half lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it is 28-0.
Texans nothing.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action.
On the ball, on the ball.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
A gain of a yard makes it 3rd and 11.
Trap ball 80.
Keep down there, baby. Down there. Yeah.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
That's right. Don't let him get away with that.
What I saw.
Don't let him back out.
What's going on?
Never wins. Going our way, baby.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. He'll look to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Texans, nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
Ready?
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
He'll drop to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On 4th down, Matt Ariza is sent on to punt. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And he's got some space here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Not even a play?
On second down, they'll run it here. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Inside the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick six is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here. And that one, it backfired in a big way.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it is 42-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know, do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto, and so the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough, and it'll be fourth down. They'll try and run for it. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And now here's a carry heading left. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
At the 29-yard line.
Get some momentum, hero. Make some good calls, offense.
The tight end in motion right.
19, Tiger, 19.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 19 Lions.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Throwing now is Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Now Patrick going to change the play. Pacheco once more. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
A 2-yard gain brings up 4th and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll run for it with Pacheco.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Isaiah Pacheco
Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Chiefs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. A little juke. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Ready? Bronco 80. 60 Eagles, 60.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go now. Panther 60, Panther 60.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point attempt here still to come. Make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
56, Texans 7. Cameron Dicker to kick off.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. He'll get this up to about the 44. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. Boy, 203 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now they're in the hurry up. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. Here we go on 4th down. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
Texans, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. They'll drop to throw. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dab. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. And quickly, they get to the line. They go play fake. Mahomes. The pass complete on the crossing route. This is Tony with it. 19 yards that time for number 19.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Have confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's going to be brought down inside the 5 at the 3. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
7 Pirates! 7 Pirates! 79 Broncos! 18 Rattler! 18 Rattler!
2nd and 9 now. Under pressure and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over. Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring it. The throw for Tony is intercepted. And the Texans will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. And they get a fourth quarter pick. Something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of 2 yards. It's now 3rd and 15.
Mustang 19!
Back to throw here. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. This ball deep for Tony. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out, and a 5-yard penalty. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. On play action, it's Mahomes. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Well, fans,